Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's a pleasure to be here. I always thank our authorizing committees that do member days. I commend you for it. Thank you for it. And it was a pleasure to host you in Arkansas's 2nd Congressional District this week. Hope you learned a lot of things about Little Rock. We were proud to have you there, and my constituents always appreciate you and your predecessors coming and listening to people across the country, so we're grateful for your time. I appreciate the opportunity to testify in front of you today in support of expanded resources into homeless assistance programs and suicide prevention outreach by the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. It's especially fitting to discuss this critical topic here today during Suicide Prevention Month. According to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, approximately 40,000 veterans are homeless on any given night in our country. In Arkansas, we've coordinated robust efforts across Little Rock to combat homelessness, but still over 250 veterans experience homeless on any given day. I've got 3 veterans on my constituent team, and they spend their time in our shelters helping our vets finding the services they need. They deserve that extra touch, and many of them are lost in the morass of not only homelessness, but in the search of understanding of our veteran programs that might be of assistance. My district's home to many of our brave veterans and service members as a result of Little Rock Air Force Base and Camp Robinson being in the district. I've heard these concerns from our veterans about the difficulty of finding a home for themselves as well as their families. And that's why today I want to highlight a current bill dealing with this issue, Ms. Brownlee's Homeless Veterans Family Act, H.R. 95. As I'm sure you know, the VA's Homeless Providers Grant and Per Diem Program funds for community housing agencies provide services to our homeless vets. But currently, the VA does not have the authority to provide the reimbursements for the costs and services for minor children of homeless vets, limiting housing for veterans with young children. This bill would allow the VA to reimburse providers for 50% of the cost of housing minor dependents of homeless vets. Ms. Brownlee's bill is an example of how we must all work together and continue to move forward addressing this issue that plagues too many of our veterans and those suffering from homelessness. They've put their lives on the line to protect our freedoms and our safety, and in return, it's our duty to do everything we can to ensure they get the proper attention and care that they deserve. And for this reason, I respectfully request that you consider H.R. 95 and other legislation that addresses this critical issue that consumes the lives of too many of our veterans and their families. And on behalf of the 2nd Congressional District in Arkansas, we thank you and all the members of this committee for your care and attention to the needs of veterans. And we congratulate you and Mr. Rowe on recent legislative victories in the last few years that benefit our veterans in both the last Congress and in this Congress, and we thank you for your service. And I yield back the balance of my time.
Well, thank you for the kind words, Mr. Hill. I'll reiterate that it was my pleasure to join you in Little Rock and to meet your constituents. I was particularly impressed with the staffer that does your military and veterans affairs. A quite remarkable job that your office is doing in recovering benefits, owed benefits for your constituents, and so I commend you on that. And as you know, recovering veteran benefits or helping constituents navigate the claims process at the VA is one of the primary activities of constituent services. So congratulations on that.
Grateful for those comments. They work hard. Having 3 wounded warriors on my team is a real honor for me to serve with them, the people of Arkansas. And again, thank you for your work.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.